Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a challenge that, well, many of you face. Whether you're setting up your very first cloud server or, managing a whole fleet of them,
Right.
how do you actually talk to it securely? How do you get in there and run commands?
Exactly. And last time we got that server up and running, didn't we? A Linode, a Rocky Linux 9. It's got its IP address. It's technically live.
Yeah, it's out there.
But like you said, just having it exist isn't enough. It's kind of a digital paperweight if you can't access it.
Right.
So our mission really for this deep dive is bridging that gap, getting you securely logged in, getting that first command prompt. That's your gateway.
Okay, the gateway. I like that. So get ready, because we're going to master SSH Secure Shell. By the end of this, you'll understand the standard ways, the industry ways to manage Linux remotely.
From the basics to the more professional grade stuff.
Yeah. Ensuring your lab, or really any server you touch, is accessible and secure. Okay, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
All right, so recapping slightly, you've got your Rocky Linux 9 Linode. It's humming away, got its unique IP address.
Yeah.
It feels like having this new piece of powerful gear, but you can't actually steer it yet, right? No ignition key.
That's a good way to put it. And setting up this connection, this secure connection, is so fundamental. It doesn't matter if you're studying for a cert or just building your own project.
It's step one after getting it online.
Pretty much. So our goal today is showing you exactly how to log in securely, get that command prompt, make it actually do something.
Okay, so before the how-to, let's talk about the star. SSH, Secure Shell. Why this? What is it, fundamentally?
Well, it's interesting because before SSH, things were risky. Think Telnet.
Oh, yeah, I remember Telnet, plain text.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your username, your password, everything just sent across the internet completely open. Like shouting your password across a crowded cafe. Anyone could listen in. Not good at all. So SSH came along and solved that. It creates essentially an encrypted tunnel. Think of it like a secure private pipe between your computer, your local machine, and that remote server, your Linode.
An encrypted tunnel. Okay, that sounds vital.
It is. It means every command, all the data going back and forth is scrambled, protected from, prying eyes. It gives you confidentiality, makes sure the data isn't tampered with integrity.
So that security, that privacy and integrity, that's why it became the standard.
Absolutely. That robust security is why. And it works on a client-server model, your PC. That's the client. It starts the conversation.
And the Linode server is listening.
Right. The Linode is the server, listening for those secure connection requests. Understanding that basic setup client initiates, server listens, tunnel encrypts, that's key to grasping why we use it everywhere for remote Linux admin.
Got it. Okay, so we know the what and the why. Let's get practical. Method one, the password. Seems like the most obvious starting point.
It usually is, yeah. Especially when you first fire up a new server. The command you'll use is pretty straightforward. It's ssh root at your Linode DIP.
Okay, ssh, then the username, which is root here.
The super user.
Yeah.
The main admin account initially.
Then the @ symbol, and finally that IP address we got for the Linode.
Correct. You type that in your local terminal, hit enter.
And then something happens on the very first try, right? I remember seeing a message about a host key.
Ah, yes. Good point. That's an important security check. The very first time you connect to any new SSH server, your computer will say something like, the authenticity of host IP address can't be established. Are you sure you want to continue connecting?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. What they're really doing.
It's showing you the server's public host key, a unique fingerprint for that server. It asks you to confirm you trust this server. When you say yes, your client saves that fingerprint.
Why save it?
So that next time you connect, it checks if the server presents the same fingerprint. If it's different, it means you might be connecting to a different machine, maybe an imposter trying to trick you, a man-in-the-middle attack.
Ah, okay. So it's verifying the server's identity, making sure it's the real deal.
Exactly. It's a trust thing. Once you accept that key, then it will prompt you for the root password, the one you set up when you created the Linode. Type that in, hit enter, and boom, you should be in. You'll see the command prompt.
All right, so password login gets us in, and that host key check adds a layer of trust for future connections. But you mentioned a professional standard. Sounds like there's a better way.
There is. Password login is fine to get started, but relying on just passwords long-term, it's not ideal from a security perspective.
Yeah?
Especially for the root user.
Why not?
Well, passwords can be guessed, brute forced. Bots are constantly scanning the internet trying common passwords on SSH ports. It's a numbers game.
Okay, so how do we level up? This is where SSH keys come in, right?
Precisely. This is the preferred method in, well, pretty much any professional environment. SSH key authentication.
How does that work? No password involved.
Essentially, no password for the login itself, though you should protect your key with a passphrase. The core idea is a key pair. You generate two keys mathematically linked together, a private key and a public key.
Private and public.
The private key, that stays with you on your local machine. Guard it carefully. It's your secret.
Like my actual house key.
Kind of, yeah. And the public key, you can share that one. You put it on the server you want to access. Think of the public key like a high-security lock you install on the server's door.
Okay, so the public key is the lock on the server.
And only your unique private key can open that specific lock. So when you try to connect, the server uses the public key to verify you have the corresponding private key.
Without me ever sending the private key over.
Exactly. The private key never leaves your machine. It just proves it possesses the key through a cryptographic challenge response. It's much, much more secure than sending a password, even an encrypted one.
That sounds significantly better. How do we create this key pair?
On your local machine, your Mac, Windows with WSL or Linux box, you use a command called ssh-keygen.
Ssh-keygen. Okay.
You run that, it'll ask you where to save the keys. Usually the default location is fine, which is a hidden folder called ssh in your home directory. And crucially, it will ask you for a passphrase.
A passphrase, like a password for the key.
Exactly. It encrypts your private key file on your computer. So even if someone somehow got hold of your private key file, they still couldn't use it without knowing the passphrase. It's a vital extra layer of security. Don't skip it.
Right. Protect the private key itself. Makes sense. So ssh-keygen creates the public lock and the private key. Now, how do we get the lock onto the server?
That's the next step. We need to copy the public key over to the server and tell the server's SSH service to trust it. The easiest way is using another handy command. Ssh-copy-id.
Ssh-copy-id. What does that do?
It does exactly what it sounds like. You run ssh-copy-id root at your Linode IP. It will connect using the password method one last time.
Ah, okay. Need the password one more time for this?
Yep, just to authorize the copying action. And then it automatically finds your public key, logs into the server, and appends your public key to a special file on the server called Dutch authorized keys.
Authorized keys. That's where the server keeps its list of trusted public keys.
Precisely. Once your public key is in that file, the server knows that anyone presenting the matching private key should be allowed in without asking for a password.
And the result?
The result is beautiful. Secure, passwordless login. Next time you type /root at your Linode IP, if your private key is available and you enter its passphrase, if you set one, you'll just get the command prompt instantly.
Wow. Okay, this sounds way more convenient and drastically more secure. No more password prompts, less risk of brute force attacks.
It really is the way to go. It completes the secure setup of our lab environment, providing robust, professional-grade access.
Fantastic. So mission accomplished. Whether we started with the password or jumped straight to keys or used the password to set up the keys, we now have secure command line access. The bridge is built.
Absolutely. We've covered getting the server online and now securely accessing it. That's a critical two-part foundation. It's solid, it's secure.
And it paves the way for everything else we want to do, right? All the actual configuration and management we'll explore later.
Exactly. We needed this secure entry point before we could really start digging into the hands-on server administration in Season 2.
Great. So just to recap for everyone listening, you've gone from a freshly minted cloud server to logging in securely. You understand basic password access, but more importantly, the professional standard SSH key authentication. You've basically learned how to talk securely to your server, a fundamental skill in IT.
It really is. And it underlines that knowing how is good, but understanding why keys are better, why host verification matters, that's what builds real competence and security awareness. SSH is foundational. Mastering it is empowering.
Definitely. So what does this mean for you listening? You've got the know-how now to create and secure your own remote lab. A sandbox for learning, for testing, for building amazing things.
The possibilities open up quite a bit once you have secure, reliable access.
And maybe here's something to chew on. If these SSH keys are so secure, think about that private key sitting on your local computer. What steps should you really take to keep it safe?
Good question.
What happens if it does fall into the wrong hands? What are the potential consequences?
That's a critical thought. The security of the whole system can hinge on protecting that one private key file.
Something to definitely ponder and maybe research a bit further. Stay curious. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into secure server access.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We'll be back soon with more insights to help you get well informed quickly.